Hey, what's up, guys? Dreader over here. Today, I am going to review what I think about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. So, starting off with character customization. Character customization in this game was pretty solid. I found that it gave you enough choices to build your own character. As you can see there, you got head size, neck length, you got all that good stuff. The only issue that I had with it was that I can't, change the color of my outfit or anything. But I mean, they had plenty of hairstyles, plenty of like facial tattoos. They had a good amount of skin tone colors, so you can really, build the character that you want. They even got the details for the eyes. You can have one eye a different color than the other, which I thought was just absolutely fascinating. Never seen that in a game before. You get to name your characters and all that. And then even further than your own character, you got to create the look of your partner in the game, the Alpha system, as you'll see in a second here, which I thought was really cool. So you get to, not only do you get to create one person, but you get to create a whole nother one, male or female, for both yourself and your partner. So, I went along with it, and I was like, since I'm a male, I'll make a female character just to get, the both of them. I mean, you could choose your height for both characters. I didn't mention that. That was the final product for my character, for my Alpha system character. Looks the way I envisioned. So I thought that was pretty good. Really enjoyed the character selection or character creation. So the next thing I want to talk about here are the scenes. Now the scenes, what I found, there aren't too many cutscenes. They were mostly at the beginning. There are times where you can trigger a cutscene by going to a certain area or completing certain quests. What I was surprised about early on in the game, though, was that Kirito and Asuna actually made an early appearance, as you see here. I really liked the way they introduced them. It was pretty cool. We dodged a bullet here. There's Kirito comes out and attacks us. So really interesting that he came out and introduced himself so quickly in the game. But the other thing to note, though, is that with all of these cutscenes, you can skip them at any time that you want, which I love. The only thing about skipping the cutscenes is you actually miss parts of the story then. So whenever there's a cutscene, I tend to watch the cutscenes. But the other thing about this is that when you the characters, they just talk and they talk and they talk, besides the cutscenes themselves. Especially her here, she talks so much, she's really stupid. As you can see, she teleported me when my character wasn't ready. But yeah, so cutscenes are really neat. The thing that we'll get here in a second after watching this one, which again just shows Asuna and Kirito coming into play. Kirito actually, he plays a big part in this game, now that I think about it. He helps your character get settled in. He helps you with information. All of his friends, actually, I'll address this later on too. All of his friends, they're like unique, as they've all carried over from the anime, doing the things that they were doing in the anime. Like, there's someone who's a weaponsmith, someone who trades items. So here is actually one of those unique cutscenes that I was talking about, where I was just walking around and it triggered this, and I had no idea what was going to happen. So, and it's really cool is that you can actually view all the cutscenes that take place in the game within your own room. And here we got some candy here. But yeah, So I thought that's pretty unique. We're getting here to the part where I was talking about where the characters really talk, but the other interesting part is that within these conversations, you get to pick your character's dialogue as seen here, but I'm not sure, and I don't believe that it actually affects how the game progresses based on what you say, and I have found no evidence that it does. So after so long, I just started skipping these because they go on and on and on, and they just seem to never end, and they don't really hold too much premise to the story. That's what I found anyway. If you're gonna sit and listen to something, listen to the cutscenes because those are a lot better. She Koreha talks way too much to the point where I just want to jump in the game and smack her myself, as with many of the other characters. But apart from that, I'm getting ready to go into the gameplay itself. So, the gameplay, I've played a few different third-person shooters. Like I played one on PlayStation 3. It was actually what is the name of that game? Now I can't think of it. But I have played third-person shooters now, and this one, out of all the third-person shooters I played, actually feels the best to me. One, like, all the weapons that you can use, there's so many. It's almost overwhelming how many different weapons that you can use, and your ability to utilize everything in the game is just awesome. With every different weapon set that you have, you can equip skills to it so that you can heal your teammates, you can buff up your defense. Here we got a quick view of the game actually teaching you the mechanics of stuff that you can do, what's going on. And the thing about these is that they don't stress it enough, because when you look at it, at the base level, it seems so it seems pretty easy at the base level, but as you get further into the game, you understand just how complex the system for this game is. I mean, there's so much you can do. There's so much you can customize with your own characters. You see here, it's like I said, it's just teaching just some of the base level stuff. And I as long as I've been playing this, I've put almost 20 hours into the game, and I'm still so confused about a lot of stuff, and I'm just learning. You get here in a second where I show you, like, I'm customizing my character, but like, at first I didn't understand the skills. I didn't understand that they went on different weapon types. I didn't understand how to use them, or the gadgets in the game. You can have up to 4 gadgets. Like, you can have 4 skills. The gadgets, you buy them. They're really expensive in the store in the game. You buy them. You only need 1. You can use them over and over again. You just have to wait for them to cool off. We're getting now into my customization. Before I forget to actually say, the stats that you can customize for your character, really interesting. Right here, your stats make it so that you can use different weapons. Different weapons can only be used depending on what your stat levels are. But what I found is that strength is one of the most important. As you can see here, I didn't realize that at the time, and I put most of my points into vitality. And I did that because vitality ups your defense and your health, but strength, you need the strength to carry more items and weapons. So invest in strength as well as vitality, because those are going to really save you. You saw that I was just showing, there's the first aid kit, that's one of the gadgets. I was showing my Alpha System stats. Here again, this is the equipment. As you can see, I have a couple of weapons there, but one thing is that while you're playing in the game, which I'll show you some gameplay in a second, is that you can switch your weapons, but you have to previously equip them, I believe, before you can do that, and then you can't change the weapon that's in your hands. You actually have to switch that out. So here's some more gameplay, and on this note, what I want to talk about is the fact that when you go into these areas and you're going for a specific reason, say you're doing a sub quest and you want to find the enemies that you need to beat, or you're doing a main quest and you have a specific area that you need to go to. What the issue is that the mini map, as you can see, it doesn't show you where you need to go. It's on the map itself, but because I can't see which way I need to go on the mini map, I'm just running around blind, just wondering where it is that I have to go. I have to fight all these enemies because I don't know where I have to go. I mean, fighting enemies along the way is okay, but here I was actually trying to avoid fighting enemies because I knew down the hill they all spawn there. So I go up the hill trying to avoid it because I'm just trying to get to my destination. It would have really helped if they allowed you to be able to see which direction you need to go on the mini map. And with the subquest, they don't actually even tell you where it is that you need to be to take on enemies that you're looking for. So here, perfect example of me switching weapons. I have my sniper rifle in my hand, so I can't actually switch the weapon to the weapon that I want. So you see, I had to switch it first. I'm going back to the equipment and then changing my weapon to one that I already have, I believe. Yeah. So that's what you have to do. It would be nice if they made it a little bit easier to actually change that weapon instead of having to press start. Yeah, because if you have it in your hand, you just can't switch it, and that takes up a lot more time. So back to the map thing. Here I am. I didn't know where I was going, so I'm looking. As you can see, that marker's all the way down there, and here I thought that I would be able to teleport to it. I don't know why, but it actually just sent me straight back to the beginning of this map area, in which case I actually had to teleport again. You'll see here in a second. But it's rather difficult to navigate in this game, and I really wish that there was a better way of doing it. But I mean, I will say the scenery is amazing. I do enjoy the scenery. Here I am teleporting as close as I can, and again I have to look at the map because I don't know where I'm going. I was looking for a dungeon, but I'm as close as I can possibly be. So if I actually had to give advice for anyone who hasn't played the game yet, when you go into these areas, just go all over first before you do anything, and unlock all of the fast travels, because it comes in handy. I did that for the first map area, and it's amazing. After you do that, you can just teleport anywhere you want and just be there. But yeah, so I ended up finding this part, but again, the mini-map should be able to show you which direction you need to go. You shouldn't have to bring up the full map for it, because it takes time and you can be attacked. Enemies don't stop moving, your teammates don't stop moving, only you stop moving when you press that options button to check the map or check your items. So, but yeah, like I said, eventually I found it, so that was good. Map areas are really big, so next I'm going to be talking about the online play. The online play is pretty interesting. So here we are. The online, I will say it's fun. There are a couple of different things that you can do. This is the PvP. yeah, the PvP was actually pretty fun. So the aim of the game is to, um, while you're fighting other players, there are two teams. So you're on one. There's another enemy team. You got to fight the enemy players as well as fight the boss that's in the middle. Um, the boss doesn't die. The aim of the game is to do as much damage to the boss as you can on your team. Um, and again, you have to look out for the enemy players because you will be taken out by them. I was taken out several times by them. I also got a couple kills myself, but the one of the things though with the online play is that the servers have issues. Now I know this game pretty much just launched, but it lags like crazy. As you can see there, I was on one side of the map. The guy there, he's flying. Lag, huge issue online. Absolutely, just it can devastate you on this game. Again, there it is right there, lagging. I'm flying in the air for some odd reason. And there it is again, more lag. It is really bad. I'm sure they're going to be fixing the issue sometime soon. The sooner the better. But patience is a virtue, and I can be patient. There's a lot to do in the game. Now, I did mention that there are a couple different things that you can do online. There's the PvP, that's what this is, and there is the co-op, which you will be seeing here soon. The co-op is pretty fun. There's a person teabagging me. Co-op's pretty fun as well. You partner up with a bunch of other people and their AI actually, and you fight a boss. Both of these, both the PvP and the co-op, they take real cooperation in a team. So if you got friends and you guys all have this game, I suggest hopping on with them instead of finding random players, because then the chemistry is not so much there. I actually ended up losing this game because, like I said, chemistry has to be there. But I have found some good people online to play with. But so yeah. Another thing though with the PvP is that first of all, this is another example of the lag. You see, I'm trying to run through, and it's kind of pushing me back. But you're about to see here is the co-op. As I was saying though, the PvP actually has ranked match and it has player match. Have not played the ranked match yet, but both player and ranked matches have hero battles as well as avatar battles, which is really neat. This co-op, you can see that there's a lot of teamwork involved to take down this enemy, especially because it's at a much higher level than the rest of us, and we were able to do it. Finally, though, my opinion on this game overall is really positive. I love this game so far. I am so stuck on it. I was playing Dragon Ball FighterZ before, but I have invested so much time into this, and it's only been out for a few days now. I would suggest, if you are an anime fan, go ahead and pick up this game. You will enjoy it, I promise. If you also like the shooter aspect, this game is for you. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep grinding this. I plan on doing some ranked matches. If I had to give this game a score out of 10, it'd probably be 8 out of 10. Because there are some things in this game that could have been, fixed. But with every game, there's always those little aspects that if they added would just make the game great. But as we all know, there's no such thing as a perfect game. Because if there was a perfect game, there would be no need for any other games. So, like I said, I love it. I'm gonna keep at it, keep grinding. Do those ranked matches, just play more online in general. Hopefully the servers get fixed for that, because it is really fun, I promise. The online is awesome. It's always interesting to see what people are doing with their their own game and their characters. So, but guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. It's my first time doing something like this. I hope to do more of this in the future. But if you did like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter for updates on when I upload. And until next time, guys, I will see ya.